Today we have an E36 M3, and not only that, but an immaculate example of one. These cars have been skyrocketing in value, and this is an appreciating asset now. And look at it, it's beautiful. This is a bring a trailer god. Not really. So today, this is the owner of Salt City Drift's E36 M3 that he uses for drifting. This car's only intention is drifting. It's got the angle, the e-brake, the neon. I don't think it has neon. But basically, this car review is going to be a little different because we're going to take the objective of how does this car do as a drift car. We're going to focus on drifting only. We're not going to focus on handling dynamics and how it is as a daily and, you know, how much clout can you get on Instagram with it. We're going to focus on this car from the dynamic of drifting. So to start off, we're going to talk about what's been done to this car. So this is a 97 E36 M3, has the S52 motor, intake, exhaust, that's it for power. Drivetrain has a welded dip with a 3.91 final drive ratio. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the final drive in these cars are 3.25s or 3.3s. Nonetheless, it is a massive difference going to the 3.91. Then when it comes to suspension, it has coilovers on it, lower control arms, and modified knuckles to get more angle out of it. Then, interior has an OMP bucket seat, a Momo wheel, and a PRC shifter, and that is it. Otherwise, it is just E36 M3 all the way through. So how does it do as a drift car? So here we are under the engine bay, looking at the propellant for this flagship, the S52 motor, the USDM one, the better one. Why is it better? Because it's slower and it keeps us humble. So, I mentioned the intake and exhaust, but what I forgot to mention is we do have some weight reduction mods here. Lift supports don't work anymore, so right here is our weight reduction here. Patented by Glenn over there. He designed this. He is a full-time engineer, and that was a complex design. It is AS9100 certified. So, the S52, what do you want to know about it? Well, what's funny is I actually really thought about buying an E36 M3 before buying my 350Z. So I'm kind of curious to see how this does and kind of go back and say, wow, I really made a mistake there, didn't I? So one of the things I didn't like about this is, you know, being paranoid me is we're going to find out the oil pump nut's going to back itself off today. I hope not. But last time I drove one of these, I blew the transmission up. So we'll see what happens. All right, so we're just going to drive it around the ring road and get a feel for it. Let's do a little pull. Hold on. The speedometer doesn't work. It's nice to heel toe. The gears are short for sure, you can definitely tell. It's got some good pep to it though, for sure. Let's see how it handles around this corner here.
Oh shit, the camera.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely dialed to drift, that's for sure. It is not a grippy boy, that's for sure. So what people don't know is the origins of angle kits actually come from eons ago when parking lots were first invented. And people were perplexed. How do we turn into a parking spot? We can only turn this much. So that came the angle kit. Carriages, back with horses, had Wisefab, and that's where those names come from. They're from the 1800s. They are family names, household brands. So what we're gonna see is the old school test of an angle kit. Can I make a U-turn on this one-lane road? That is mint. Alright guys, this is the first time we've done anything like this. I had to borrow an open face camera. Hopefully the audio is good. I don't know how the audio is going to be as we're sliding though, so I'm going to try to talk to you guys as best I can, but we'll see what happens, right? Anyway, this car already took it out for one run. It moves really nice, it has good power, it just does everything good. Like it's got good sideways bite, good forward bite, I can keep up with cars and get back on them or slow it down. It really moves well. I really like this car already, a lot, as a drift platform. I don't know if I like it more than my Z, but I'm a little attached as well, right? But this is a really, really great platform to have for drifting, right? The angle's great. It just, like I said, the car moves around beautifully. is great to drive. It is, power is so good, like it's able to spin up to red line, right? It moves beautifully. I haven't had a single sense where I had to save the car from, I haven't had to change my technique because I was over rotating the car. The car rotates really good and the front end matches what the rear end's doing really well. The self-steer, it feels beautiful. It's right where you want it. It's good. This is what a proper drift car should feel like. I definitely don't have that. So, I'm really liking it. It transitions really smooth, actually. You can make it snappy, you can make it smooth transition. It's really, it works with you really good. It's almost like my 1 Series, how I talk about it as a grip car. It's kind of like a robot in the sense where if the car's doing something wrong, that means you're doing something wrong. So if you as a driver do everything right, the car will do everything right. So when you feed the proper inputs into this car, sideways from a drifting dynamic, it does, it's art. It is beautiful. It is a good time, guys. So, we've been on the track. Let's drift it some more. Devin, hold on to the camera as tight as you can. Dude, I love it. Wow. What a well done car. That full lock bump steer is kind of an issue, but other than that, the car feels so good. It does, the wheel does rub at full lock, it seems, with suspension load on it, but otherwise, so I'm not sure if I'm feeling bump steer or the suspension hitting the fender and maybe it's kind of moving around. Wow. This car feels so good sideways. It's super buttery on transition. See, I can just do it with one hand. Super buttery, really easy to self-steer in this car. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's self-steer with no hands. Okay, maybe not that. Wow, it feels really good. It's just crazy. I can drive this car one-handed, no e-brake needed really, and it responds to left foot braking really well as well. It's very manageable. You can really, really fine-tune your speed. This car is a good car. The 3.9 gears in this car make it really nice because you really don't need a clutch kick this car much. It's got a lot of good grunt underneath. I like this car lots. I could easily suggest this as a good drift platformer for someone interested in drifting, getting into it. This is a good car. Guys, I am in love. That is amazing. I want this car to feel a lot more like that. It places itself so good. It's so easy to work with and tell it where to go, where to slide. The self-steer is so good. You guys saw me driving with one hand for a full lap, right? Didn't need the e-brake. E-brake's really there for drifting with other people to adjust your speed, but it has so much side bite, but it's so easy to make the car move sideways forward or bring it back. It's just really good. It's a really dialed in car. And I think it's about $10,000 into this car, including the car. And you don't need to get an M3, you can still get an E36, just a 325 or 328i. It's amazing that this car exists and they're so plentiful. And you can just hammer on them all day and they just take the abuse, right? And really, we're looking at the 2 starter drift cars now. You want to get into drifting, this car or this car, pick your poison. The Japanese or the Germans, they both lost World War II, so it doesn't matter there. And really, it's just amazing, right? So I really really want to thank Jordan from Salt City Drift for letting me hammer on his car. It truly is a really good car. I like it. The way it moves, it doesn't need more power either. With that 3.9 final drive, the car just rolls into it. The e-brake actually works really good. It's a drum e-brake as well. You guys have heard me complain about the drum e-brake in this car. This car, it actually works. It's workable. I mean, you won't beat a hydro ever, but it works in this car actually. So, and before anyone says you didn't adjust it in the Z, I've adjusted the e-brake in the Z so many times. So I know it's not that. It just works better, right? Part of it may have to do with the size of the drum, and I was impressed that that e-brake works so good for stock, right? Until the handle broke off, but we won't talk about that. We won't talk about that. So, anyway guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys like the drift review, right? Let me know if you guys like this format of video. And if you guys like it, and there's more viewers out here in Utah that want me to drive their cars and do a video of them, let me know and I'd love to. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. What everyone wants to know. The real reason you buy an angle kit isn't for drifting. The origins of angle kits actually start from eons ago, back when parking lots were first invented.
The origins?
What? Yeah.
You said origins?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, shit.
You fucked the shot up, damn it!
You ruined the season 4 premiere, Summer. You fucking ruined it.